It's all being recorded right now. Here we go. Okay, cool.
Welcome to Diamond Talk. We're back here at the Reserve Station this time.
Yes.
Yeah, super excited about all of this. We have the full lineup here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting time, number 3.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd get here this quickly, but you know, the Reserve program has been super successful.
Yeah. Do you know how many we've sold of this one and this one?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
But
lot.
those are just special people that only have those colorways.
Yeah. This is just the first. Like we only make these once, and you know, we started with the red back in July of 2020, which was when we just first ever dropped the Reserve program. And you know, for those of you, the first time that you're actually getting an understanding of, you know, what is the Reserve program, you've just come across it. So the Reserve program is really a one-time reservation opportunity. These are ultra limited edition pieces, so we only produce them once. So what that means is when we open the reservation window, you'll get on our newsletter list, and when we open that reservation window, you have a limited amount of time to secure your timepiece. And you have the period of time that we have the watch available, and once we close the reservations, that's it. It's done. You can't get another shot at it, and we are only going into production of the pieces that you guys have secured. So obviously, you know, we don't know how many we're going with this. We do have an initial quantity available to be delivered right to your doorstep immediately, which is something new. We didn't have that with the Ruby Reserve. So this new one, you do have a chance of securing it right away, and not having to wait 4 months for it to come in. So very excited. You know, that's pretty much the Reserve program. You know, what are we doing in the Reserve program? Like, we're trying to be different, right?
Yeah, this is just a fun place for us to just have fun making designs that are very unique,
innovative.
Yeah.
We go into our little lab essentially, and are working on doing things that are completely different. You know, we set ourselves in a zone of how can we take these pieces and stand out? How can we innovate new materials, new ways to plate, new ways to set gems on our watches? And I feel like, you know, the original GMT, Jet Set of Reserve, was the ultimate statement, like Reserve piece, like came out of the gate, bam, shine, sparkle, you know, Swarovski crystals, over 1,000 on both the ruby and the emerald. We had the black diamonds, the GMT, you know, world map on the inside. So many unique features. And this time around, with our new Reserve, it's a different piece.
Yes, completely different. Yes.
Something unexpected, a little more understated, but a super statement piece with a ton of confidence packed into the watch.
Yes.
Yeah, we took a very different approach this time, and that's part of the fun of our collaboration.
Yeah, and our biggest hope is that people are collecting these, you know. Yeah, I've seen some people have the red and the green with great anticipation of the next model, you know. There's been a lot of work and, you know, a lot of stuff that goes behind these watches, just from the quality to the materials, the exploration. You know, the Reserve program really does allow us to do that without really any constraints, you know.
Zero constraints.
Yeah, and the customer gets to decide whether this is the Reserve for them. So a one-time shot, you know. And I think
there's pressure to make your decision, but for us, there's not a ton of pressure here because, you know, this is about creating something limited edition. You know, it's actually more of an opportunity for people to collect a Reserve piece, to keep it in their collection forever, to pass it down to someone, to I don't know, carried on as a piece of art is the way I see it. Because when we make these, they really are, to me, our version of art in watchmaking. And it's something that, you know, you and me have been working together for over 10 years designing watches, and we look at, you know, we look at a lot of brands that we're inspired by, and the idea of creating something that doesn't exist, it's hard to get to that place, you know? And I mean, it's taken us over 10 years to, you know, introduce this line that's allowing us to develop products, innovate different things, and design something that's never been done before.
I mean, over the last 10 years, also exploring what JBW really means and what luxury really means to our generation, you know? So that's very important to us. And, you know, we've learned that materials and craftsmanship and the idea of just having limited pieces is very important to us, you know? That's where we see the most value. So.
Yeah, and I think that, like, you know, for us, and we believe our modern luxury consumer, they look at watches a little bit different than a traditionalist, you know, like the classic traditional watch collector. They are about being bold, different, walking into the room, and they want a conversation starter on their wrist. All right, let's take out the emerald and ruby reserve just to give people a sneak peek for people that have never seen the reserve program, and then we will unpack the box. You're not going to see the watch yet. Wow. Incredible. Every time I look at these, it just blows my mind how beautiful these watches are. Check it out. So there's the red, the ruby, first ever reserve watch ever. Probably one of our most successful product launches ever in the brand. Launched that back in July of 2020. You can see the individual marking on the side, Reserve 001. Got over 1,000 Swarovski crystals, the world map, the genuine diamonds on the dial, 23 of them. You have the caseback marking with GMT Reserve, marking the date that the brand was founded. A lot of cool details in here. And then we came back round 2, Christmas Eve, with the Emerald Reserve, and it was, you can hold that and I can put some light here. So yeah, you guys are seeing the green now. And this is all about just giving you guys a little preview of the entire reserve program and really showing you, well, not what to expect, but the unexpected after this. When we show you the watch that we're releasing on the 3rd reserve. So yeah, there you go. Love this piece. So dope. Yeah, so I mean, for people that have never been introduced to reserve or haven't been following along, welcome. We introduced the ruby, then the emerald, and now today we're going to break down for you guys in full detail this new reserve watch inside this black case with the gold foiling. Why don't you open this one up? Yeah, let's get those guys out of here. Keep our focus now. Yeah, just put them down there. All right, so this is what you're looking at here. The all black case, same leather finished paper, gold foiling. Got the reserve marking on the side. We've got this ECH. That's what's going to mark the uniqueness of this collection. We've introduced a new case body for the reserve website. Anything mass is not very interesting. That was written by our creative director, really leaning into the idea of nothing that's mass is interesting. It's all about being unique, one of a kind, and that's what the reserve program stands for. This is the coolest part. We added a gold foil at the bottom of the box, or yeah, our storage box, and that was, there's some significance and symbolism to why it's there and why it's gold. And we will talk to you guys about that once we start breaking the watch down. But yeah, I wish I could open this up right now, but we're going to go through the case of the watch. Then we're going to go through the dial, the bracelet, and then the full watch. Oh no, the case back, did I mention that? The case back's got something very special.
Yes.
And then we will show you the entire piece all together. So a little bit different than last time, but very exciting. Can't wait to show you guys everything. And yeah, let's get going. Okay, so we just talked about the packaging, and now we're getting to finally reveal the new Echelon Reserve. You're seeing it here in the technical drawing. We wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of just the technicality of the case before we really bring the case in here and reveal a piece of history for JBW.
Yes. So this is the Echelon frame right here. So you can see Amir is wearing the Platinum Series version of it, and I am wearing the original Echelon in leather. This released in February of 2018. And here we see the case. As you can see, it's a tonneau shaped case. It's got a 52 millimeter from top to bottom lugs and a 41 millimeter width on the case. The finishing of this whole case is a polished finish. It's a very nice case, as you can see.
Yeah, you got the screws here detailing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The case flanks out this way, so you're really getting a full contour to your wrist. It's beautiful. It feels so good on your wrist. And switching it up from the standard round Jet Setter GMT Reserve, with the full jeweled setting, going to something with a more clean and understated, more I guess you would want to say just a seamless finish on the case. And you're going to notice also the way the crystal is set inside of the case. It's very different. We've got that chamfered edges on the crystal too. So a lot of nice detailing. We're about to bring out the case for you guys. But I wanted to give you guys a quick look at the technical features of the case and just build a little bit of anticipation before you guys get your first look at our third reserve in the JBW collection. I'm so excited about this watch. I'm going to bring it out right now, okay? Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, let's take a look at it. Thank you. Okay, here it is. Yes, let's get it in the frame. How's that? Okay. Wait, yeah, over here. Okay, there we go. I was like, why isn't it centering? Okay, now we're centered here. There it is for you guys. Just the case body of the Echelon, something very different from JBW that you guys are getting here in our third installment of the Reserve. I mean, this watch, we just could not figure out. We wanted to go to a third GMT or do something different. And I think, as we spoke about this project more, and we wanted to surprise you guys. We wanted to surprise ourselves and see what we could do with a new case shape. And so we introduced this Reserve project in the Echelon case. So E, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the details that I was just mentioning, and now people can actually see it on the watch.
Yeah, if you look closer, you can see how the shape tapers from bottom to top. Again, that's a tonneau shape. It has a lot of chamfered edges, as you can see from the top and bottom. Those 8 screws we just talked about. The case is slightly curved on the side, and the glass
Let me
is
hold
also,
it so they can see that. Yeah.
The glass is also curved from the top. If you look closely, you can see that the glass has a chamfered edge on both the left and right side of the case.
Let me get a little closer up. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, you can see that glass curved there.
Yes.
And that's all about, like I was saying earlier, the contouring to the wrist. I know it's hard to see without the case back and the bracelet and the dial and everything. We'll show you guys a full piece all together, but we really wanted to break down each component for you guys. And there you're seeing on the case, Reserve 001, that goes back to the individually numbered. This watch is your personal piece. This is just a limited edition run. We only run these one time. So, really excited about, again, the limited edition aspect of the Reserve program. Yeah, I mean, are there any other details you want to just show a little bit of the action of the pushers here? You can see there, this is gonna, you know, function with our chronograph movement that we're gonna get into.
Yes, something special about this case as well is that it features a fixed band as well, which we'll introduce here in a second. So this band is very specific to this watch. It gives it a better connections from case to band, nice flow to it. Overall, a very nice case design.
Yeah, something different from us in the Reserve program.
All right.
Okay, should we get into the bracelet?
Yes.
Let's show the bracelet. Yeah, okay. Can you, take out the technical details for the bracelet? Yeah, just hold that there. Yeah, I mean, look, this watch is all about another kind of level, I think, of confidence for the customer. It's a little bit different than our standard, you know, extremely flooded with crystals type of, you know, I guess, product that we did with our first couple of reserves. And this is more about the innovation of the materials, the plating, the bracelet, the case, and really showing everybody just what we have in our arsenal, like our design capabilities. They're well beyond just dressing a watch in diamonds and crystals. Well, this watch has a lot of diamonds on it. It's just done differently.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about this bracelet, 5-link bracelet. I know you guys are just seeing a lot of the technical details here. We will show you guys the bracelet here in a second.
Yes, so the band is a 20 millimeter band. It tapers up to 22 millimeter.
Yeah.
It features a double push hidden buckle, which you'll see here in a second. Has a brush finish in the back and a polished finish on the top side and on the left and right side of the band.
Talk a little about these screws.
Yeah, so this watch band is able to be sized down. You have up to 4 links that are able to be removed. This really makes this watch very unisex in size. A very small wrist and a much larger wrist can really fit within this bracelet. Very adjustable and malleable for this customer.
Let's bust it out. Can we get that, Natalie? Thank you. Here we go. There. Centered, I think.
So as I was saying,
Go.
the interior of the band is a brush finish, as you can see here. We have added the JBW Design House emblem inside the hidden buckle.
Can I open that buckle?
Yes, go ahead.
So one other detail here that you guys are going to see, and if you, from earlier in the video, we were explaining how the storage box, our black storage box, the bottom had that gold foil stamped, and I was telling you that was symbolic. And you're going to notice a lot of hidden gold details on this watch as I go through every single component here. And this is one of the first ones here. You're seeing this hidden buckle, what we call our hidden butterfly buckle, and this is gold. So there we go. 18 karat gold plated. This thing is solid. It's really well designed, and it secures to your wrist. So once you have this buckled, the only way for it to unbuckle is if you push this double safety clasp like this. And then we hit it inside of the band here, like you'll see here, so that when you have this watch on your wrist, if you look at the Platinum Series version, we've got this double push deployment clasp here. And then on the leather version, you see this got this buckle. But for the Reserve, we did a hidden. So it's fully kind of the plating is flooded all the way through. And that's just a design detail and just a little extra little bit there that we added to the buckle and bracelet.
And that's the bracelet.
Yeah, and that's the bracelet. You will see the other side soon. Okay, here you go, Natalie.
Now let's go ahead and jump into the Caseback and something special for this.
Super special. Oh my God, this is probably my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of the design. And again, goes back to the idea of the understated confidence of this timepiece. And what you're looking at here is, this is the case. Well, let me put this in the center. This is the Caseback. It's going to be in an 18 karat gold gold plating. You've got the Swiss movement marking. We'll go into the movement there when we get into the full watch. Our Echelon Reserve, 5 ATM water resistance, the item code, and then of course screw down for the 5 ATM, very secure resistance on the timepiece. And this is an exposed case back. You're not seeing it here, you're seeing the technical details, but you're about to be surprised by that. And why don't you talk a little bit about here, the diamonds?
Yes, so this watch features a movement called a Z60, RONDA movement. This really allowed us to customize the metal plate. You'll be able to see that here in a second, but this is the overall design of it. We were able to set 162 diamonds in the back, white diamonds. Also features the JBW Design House emblem, all polished here. And for the case back, we've added a polished finish here. And inside the ring, we've added a vertical finish to just give it that accent look. A lot of pop, a lot of shine.
This is where the shine comes out of this timepiece. When you think about JBW, you think about jewels. We've set over 12 million diamonds in our history already, adding to that number every single day. And this is where you're really going to see the shine of your timepiece underneath the case, right? In a different way, something we've never done before. And again, that's what the Reserve is about. It's about doing things for the first time ever, doing things to make your timepiece a one-of-a-kind addition to your collection. Okay, why don't we take a look? I'll leave that out there so if we want to reference it. Okay, Natalie, can you hand me that? Yes. Okay, probably my favorite part about this timepiece. I might change my mind later when I see the whole watch, but here you go, bam. So there you go. You're looking at an absolute beauty here in the case back, and this is a plate that we customized to put on top of that RONDA Z60 movement. So this is something that we customized. Only JBW can create this. We were the only ones to exclusively make this for the Reserve watch. RONDA does not offer these plates. We had to go and create our own. So this is, again, back to the technicality, the details, the experience of over 10 years of making watches together. Well, for the brand, 13, almost going on 13, but you and me together, 10 years, and being able to design that plate on top. So let's shine some light there and talk about those diamonds.
Let's go ahead and just talk about the case back.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I think what's very unique about it, as you can see, it's an exposition case back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if they can see through that.
Yeah, so you can see through it.
Can we put that on top and see if let's try to put this on top so you guys get the full experience there. So now you're seeing how that case back is an exposition back with that crystal there and the diamonds shining through there. And this is going to be inside of the case, which you'll get a chance to see here in a second.
Yes, so that we were saying, the movement is a Z60 movement. It's a chronograph movement, so you'll be able to press the pusher, it starts counting seconds and then minutes. So in the back of the movement, like Amir was saying, this movement, we had to customize the plate in the back in order for us to add diamonds in the back. We thought this was a really nice place to add diamonds. Not a lot of brands, or any brands that we've seen, have been able to accomplish this. I think this is very unique in the sense that we are able to customize even parts beyond the watch and design things that are very unique to just JBW. This is one of the first watches that we've come out with that has an exposition case back, just like this.
The first one. We've done exposition case back, but never had this diamond plate where we put the gems inside the watch instead of on the watch, is what you guys are used to getting from JBW, like this. So again, very out of the box, innovative. Like we said, we go into our design lab and we think, how can we bring something to you guys that you've never seen before? Not only just from JBW, but just never seen before in general. And so we're super excited to reveal the complete piece here for you guys in a second. But I don't know, is there anything else left to say about this? Because like I said, this is like one of my favorite parts of the watch, where it is completely shining, underneath your hood, underneath the hood of the case. But I think
we should introduce the whole watch. I mean, I think as a composition, when you see all these elements coming together, they really do create a very unique watch for that everyday wear. But at the same time, it's got like a quiet, flash to it.
Oh, absolutely. When we go into the actual plating process and the plating, you guys are going to understand the details and the uniqueness in the delivery of the whole product. Okay, let's get the whole piece out. We can get the box and some of that stuff. Yes, on the white tray. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, so the ultimate anticipation of seeing the entire watch, and we presented some of the details of the watch, and now we really get to get the full reveal, the full experience of the Echelon Reserve in a completely innovative, first ever colorway that we've ever done inside the brand, and very rare to timepieces. So you're getting something that nobody else has. And that's also what makes the Reserve program so unique and so special. And I brought it up earlier, it's like a piece of art. It's something that you collect. We have customers that have bought the ruby, the emerald, and I know they're waiting to get their hands on the new Echelon Reserve. And so, yeah, I'm gonna just kind of go again through the box real quick before we open this up. And here you're getting an all black, same silhouette as all our other Reserve boxes, this time in a black with gold foil, date of the brand, the date the brand was founded. Let me kind of pull this open real quick. Yeah, you can take that to the side. You've got your Reserve marking, your ECH representing the Echelon family, which we just let you guys know about. Anything mass is not very interesting. Again, back to the individuality of this program. Nothing mass produced. This is a one batch collection. We will only produce this one time. And so this is your chance to get your hands on this unique timepiece. And then a cool little detail down here, the gold foil at the bottom. Yes, put a little bit of light on there. This has a symbolic meaning to this entire collection, why it's here, why it's gold. I'll get into that into the watch. But E, why don't you just quickly talk about their certificate that they get with their watch?
Yeah, so whenever you open the box, you'll receive a card that just kind of talks a little bit more technical and tech specs about the watch and when it was released. You'll also receive a diamond certificate with a unique serial code. And then it comes with a diamond certificate that just authenticates the diamond certification.
Yeah. So what are we looking at here?
So here we as we've talked about before, the watch has 162 diamonds in the back, and the dial has 8 diamonds, which we'll introduce here in a second. But you'll get all that in the packaging.
Very important to keep all of these together. You want to make sure you keep your JBW authentic guarantee card and your diamond certification. This is all certified by us. And so if for whatever reason, there's anything you want to do with this watch, you want to resell, pass it, whatever, you want to keep these details with you. Yes. Okay. Now, to the full reveal. This is a moment that we've been waiting for months and months and months. Even as the days have been going by this week, I've been nervous to get to this moment for you guys to get a chance to see this timepiece. So excited. We spent a lot on this project time-wise, yes. And went through so many sample rounds, so many different platings, so many different bracelets, and great things take time. Yes. And like you and me both know that we will never put out anything that we're not 100% satisfied with the quality, the perception, just the value that we're going to put into this piece, especially in the Reserve program. So, without further ado, let's go. You want to open it up, or you want me to do it? Yeah, go for it. All right. There it is. Here, we'll let you guys take a quick look at it in here. Let's put some light on there so they really get a chance to see the full watch. Yeah, there you go. So what you're looking at there is the Echelon Reserve watch in a color we call iridescent. And this colorway is super unique. It is probably the defining piece of this watch. You know, there's a color you're gonna see all over the watch, in the bracelet, in the case, in the dial, in the band. And you know, when we chose to go with the iridescent finish, this was all about us thinking, okay, how do we surprise? How do we innovate? And then how do we also do something that is truly one of a kind? Like it takes Reserve to a whole nother level. Our first two Reserves were about, okay, it's different, it's part of the Jet Setter family, and definitely those were unique timepieces. But these are truly individual and one of a kind because this plating is so different on every single watch. And you're gonna talk about that plating process. Here, let me take this watch out. Yeah, while I'm taking it out, if there's anything you wanna say about the plating and the color, go for it.
Yes, so this plating, the process is no different from gold plating, which we currently do. But the durability is so much stronger than gold. And also the longevity and sustainability of this type of plating is very, very impressive.
Can you talk to me about that? Like when you're saying that it lasts longer, what about this process is different that it lasts longer?
Well, the coating on this is very strong. The process of it is considered a PVD coating. In comparison to a chemical type of plating that usually with time it would fade or it would discolor, whereas PVD plating does not. This should be something that lasts you for several years with good care. This is definitely a piece that you would want to take out when you go out. But you can rest assured that this is a very durable coating. Another thing that I want to hit on is that Amir had brought up was the individuality of this piece. Every single watch will have a hue that is slightly different.
Let me take it off this black pillow so you guys can really keep going. You're good. You want to hold it? Yeah,
so as you can see, it has a full spectrum between purple, blue, orange, yellow, and then some touches of green. As you can see in this dial, it has some green on the dial, but don't be surprised if some of them might be a little bit more purple or more orange. It really is part of that individuality. Of
I got to stop you there. Okay, so when you say this one has more green in it, you're telling me another piece may have slightly more purple or more orange. Okay, so that's not something anybody can pick. That is the unique defining thing of this watch, that
Correct.
It is different than every single watch in this production, right?
Yes. Well, as when these dials are made, they're individually just plated in there. So not one single one is the same, you know?
Okay.
So the color variance is going to be different, but rest assured the quality is going to be
the quality is
same
consistent. Definitely like, okay, yeah, let's not confuse anyone. It's not the fact that it's inconsistent. It's that the color and the process of the PVD plating that we use is in this iridescent color because we're taking 5 colors and putting it into one dial and into one, the whole watch. You're gonna get a little bit of difference in spectrum.
Yes.
That is what makes this watch so individual to you, you know, and it's like personal. I just think that's so cool about this watch. Like literally one of my favorite things. And when you introduced this colorway, that it was available to us to kind of introduce and mess with, like I'm like, all right, let's dive all the way in, learn everything about iridescence. What are the colors? What are the different versions we can make? And after several rounds, you know, we landed on this spectrum of iridescence.
Yes. So another thing that's very special about this plating too is that if you'll notice that the interior of the band has that yellow-orange hue.
Okay. Yeah, can you talk about that?
This
like,
is just the...
You're referring to this part.
Yes.
Okay, so that's on talking about your finger is there in my crap, both our fingers. Well, there. Right there. So the inside of the metal bracelet. Okay, go on.
Yes, so they all have, all the watches should have this orange to yellow gradient in the inside of the band. It's one of the reasons that Amir has talked about the back of at the bottom of the box being gold. We thought it would be a really nice touch to really carry that gold color across the buckle, across the case back, so that when a person was to take, when you take this watch off, you get that really good color variance of golds, yellows, and oranges.
Purple, green. I mean, you're gonna get a little bit of that color everywhere in this watch. And you know, you might hear me say the word individual, personal, one of a kind a lot, but really that is what you're getting in this piece. Of course, you're gonna get the polish, the shine, all the aspects of this of the Echelon collection, but that individual you know, colorway that's going to be yours is what to me is like so unique about this watch.
Yes.
Okay, I want to talk about the case and dial again. I know we broke it down a little bit earlier, but now that you're seeing it as a whole, let's go into a little bit of the details of why we went printless on this dial. You know, that was something that, you know, we decided together when we first had the numbers. We're like, we got to go printless.
Yes. I think when we saw the iridescent color and the way that it changes with different playing techniques, the dial, we just felt like, you know, it's a chronograph. It's got a, you know, it's got the minute, seconds, and then day, 24-hour on the side. And this movement really, for us, we thought the seamless look was just the way to go. The way that most of the focus is really on the hands and the indexes and the green diamonds on the top.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So that's another thing. Color is something, you know, has been a theme throughout the reserve program. First with the ruby, then with the emeralds and black diamonds. And here we took it up a whole nother level and doing these green diamonds. Our natural white diamonds, SI1, GH color, so near colorless. But then we added this like green treatment to it to just completely change this watch, at least to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, so we just wanted to add a touch of color on the diamonds on the dial. We thought that adding a green treatment to these diamonds would be a nice touch. Adds that a little pop of color to the 12-hour marker.
Yeah, they're there at the 12-hour marker, set by hand into those index pieces. So very well secured there inside of your dial. Will never fall out. Well, of course not. You know, you'll never have any issues with it. And then, you know, in the background of this of the dial, this is a horizontal kind of etching that you have going on in there. This is a theme that we've had also in our other Echelon timepieces that we wanted to bring into the reserve piece as well. And in those hands, talk to me about the hands with that kind of that oil finish on the outside and the black on the inside.
All the indexes, hands, and subhands have a black oil fill finish, polish finish. All the hands are iridescent finished. You're able to get some of that spectrum within each individual index.
Absolutely, and it's three-dimensional, and that's where you get the reflections of the iridescent color. So remember, like those the indices also have the iridescent color. So every single part of this dial is unique, is again back to the colors are going to be different on every single watch that gets produced. No two will be the same.
Yes, and the engine running this again is
let's talk about that.
Is a Z60 movement. It's
from our partners, RONDA in Switzerland.
So when you press the top one, the main second hand is your chrono second. So there it is counting the seconds, and then you have a counter counting the minutes. So once you stop the chrono and you reset it, goes back to its center, and again, that is the chronograph functionality, very intuitive. One of the reasons we decided to not do any printing.
Okay, I want to talk about that. So the printless thing was all about just seamless, not necessarily, you know, we're not a traditional watch company. You know, we design things to make a statement. They're bold, they're out of the box, and they're really just a part of JBW's personality, which is about being different, you know? And so typically you would have in markings of the minutes and seconds, but really we just wanted to strip all of that and keep the focus on the whole piece, you know, and not make it look too sporty or anything like that with all the numbers inside the dial. So, you know, we added that black date display. Standard is white, but we had put this custom black date disc. That's why you're getting that black with white. Again, that all complements your watch. Remember, we are also about, you know, design. We understand colors. We understand how things come together. And so every single detail in this piece had a reason to be there.
Yes. And talking about the finishes of the whole watch coming together, again, the case is all polished on the case flanks on the side and left. The top bezel is shiny.
Show the marking, the number.
The reserve marking based on your order. Then you'll have either 001 or, you know, based on how many models are made in the market, then you'll have yours based on that.
Yeah, so this is based off of when you order.
Yes.
So if you were first, you have a chance of getting 001 or something in single digits or the teens.
Yes.
But just know that you want to be there ready and prepared to make your decision and have the confidence to buy. You will get in early, get a number. And also, we're going to have the first 200 available immediately to ship. And then the rest will come after 4 months. So you want to get in on that first batch right away if you get that chance to.
And going into the band, so the band has this dual tone finish. You have the outer links and the center link as a vertical brush finish, and the smaller links are polished. The side of the links are also polished, and the interior of the band is a vertical brush, which is really nice. And to tie it all together, you have that polished buckle, a hidden clasp, just to kind of keep that continuous flow of the finish from top to bottom. But then when you push both buttons, you have this very secure clasp, solid stainless steel in gold plating.
Yes.
And then you have the design house emblem inside.
Yes. I want to, again, go a little bit more into the case to bracelet design. Am I holding it the right way? Okay. Well, let's just go this way. So, wait, this way. Sorry. Nervous. Okay. So, again, this case shape is a tonneau case shape. Not a standard round, not a standard square or tank. This is an elongated kind of rectangle, which you have these curves here. Again, helps you contour to the wrist, both vertically and horizontally. You know, you're getting a nice enough dial display to make that statement on your wrist, to be able to see everything inside your dial, and then it hugs so nicely to your wrist. And you have this bracelet attaching to the case. So it's really nice flow.
Yes.
Very nice flow.
You have a 24 millimeter from the sides.
22
and then it goes down
here,
to 22 in the bottom, and then tapers down to 20.
Yeah, and that taper is all about, you know, the way it looks on your wrist once you have it wrapped all the way around. But, you know, let me throw this on real quick. Okay, check me out. Love this watch.
So as you can see, this is sized a little bigger.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger because, you know, it's not sized to me.
Arrive a little bigger, sizes up, but also is very adjustable, has 4 adjustable links on the left and right, so that women are able also to wear it.
Yeah, definitely a unisex timepiece. In our reserve program, the women also want to get their hands on the reserve timepieces, and this is a perfect shape and case, in my opinion, for man or woman. And there you go, you're seeing it there, and like I told you, hugs to your wrist. And I love that how you added the brushed and shiny there on the band.
Yes.
So you're getting the polish.
You get those really nice edges as well, because this is again an individual link band, so it gives you those highlights from link to link.
Yeah, you know, almost a two-tone finish within the iridescent. You know, yeah. So you're seeing purple, green, orange, lots of blue, definitely lots of blue, and yellow. And so for all our customers and all our fans that were like, drop a red reserve, drop a blue reserve, drop a purple reserve, well, we put it all into one here for you to get a little bit of taste of it all, and it all comes together in one color spectrum to one piece. Yeah.
Should we show customers?
Yes, and let's show what's behind the piece, what is inside of this piece. Can I get the dial and the, yeah, let me just kind of show that right next to it. Should I just, here, I think I got it.
As you can see, it has again a Z60 movement. We've customized the metal plate. It has 162 diamonds in the back, a white diamonds, SI1 quality.
Yeah, SI1 GH color. So you're talking about top of the line, just slightly included. Some of the best diamonds we've ever used in the JBW brand. We have injected that into this reserve echelon timepiece. So you're getting top-notch quality across the entire timepiece.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Here it is. Okay, so the diamonds in the back and the 18 karat gold plating. So the gold is symbolic all throughout this timepiece. You know, we really felt it complemented the iridescence well, and a lot of the colors that you're seeing there on the outside of this piece. So typically, all JBW watches, your diamonds are shining all over the piece. On the bracelet, on the case, on the dial. But this time, we really wanted to bring something different. Putting the diamonds underneath, inside the case, inside that exposition case back, kind of putting them under the hood of your piece. This is all about that understated, quiet confidence. You walk into that room, you know what piece you have on your wrist. You know people are going to ask you about it, and then once they turn it over, they're very surprised by what they see inside.
Well, I think that's one of the things that we really liked about this timepiece.
Yeah.
We would wear it around and we show it off to people. We wear it like this, and then after that, you get the conversation started about the finish. You take it off.
Let me see your watch. You get that question. Let me see that. Or when your friends are like, "Damn, those are some nice sneaks. Where did you get them from?" And the conversation starts, or your sunglasses and whatnot. And of course, when it comes to a watch, like, it is such a statement. It says so much about who you are, what you stand for. It's an emotional investment. There's something that's happening in your life that you've reached some achievement. Or you're gifting this to someone, or you're getting this as a gift, or you're a collector and this is like a passion for you. So watches have a very emotional connection to people, and so when you buy your reserve piece or make your reservation, this is something you'll remember for a lifetime. And that's the type of quality we've packed into this watch. And we wanted to kind of put the diamonds there as an understated, flex, yeah, there you go, yeah. An understated flex, it's not, you don't even need to know. Yeah. I know what I've got, and that goes back to also, we're all individuals, right? We've all come from our own biology, makeup, our own experiences, our own, where we're from, who we are, and that all makes each of us, every single one of us, one of a kind and unique. And this watch is also a representation of that. Once it emerges out of that PVD plating process, and then it's touched so many hands and put together, and again, one production run, it's a one of a kind.
Yes.
And you're getting it, we're bringing it to you, exclusively, jbw.com/reserve. That's where you're gonna have to go to kind of get on the list, and it's coming very soon.
So the first 200 people get this watch immediately.
They can get their hands on it immediately, yeah. And we're gonna have, everything is gonna be done differently. The way you're gonna reserve this watch, you just have to be ready, have that confidence to make your decision, and there's just so much that we've talked about here to tell you guys about this watch, and I think the one point that I kind of swayed off of was the idea of the conversation starter, right? So this is a piece, when it's on your wrist, you're in the room, you're at the party, you're on vacation, you're with your special someone or a partner or a friend, whatever, and someone's gonna ask you, what is that on your wrist? There's no way that you're gonna walk into the room and someone's not gonna ask, what is that on your wrist? Yes. And that's when you get to go into the details. It's when you hand it over, and then they see the diamonds and they are just like, wow, really? This is what's behind? And it's like, and that's when you can kind of, then you can really flex. 162 SI1 diamonds there. That is a custom plate that you designed to sit on top of this movement. It took so long for us to like perfect that to the millimeter so that it sets on that movement. So tons of detail here. You've got the JBW logo on the crown. And this one in particular is green and yellow a little bit. And you've got the purple pushers with some blue hues.